Hari Om, Nana.
Hari Om, Tarvi.
You can get started, Nana.
Okay. నీ పేరు అలా మార్చేసుకున్నామేమి? You got an original name? ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ गीता ध्यान श्लोकाः।
Nana, I will just chant out of memory. I'm trying to log into my laptop. 1 second.
Okay, or I can do that myself from my text. Do I do that?
No, I will chant. 1 second.
Okay.
Just give me a few seconds.
Okay.
I'm just going to mute everyone so that.
Okay.
Om
Hari Om.
Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam Narayanena swayam Vyasena grathitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayiniim Amba Tvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshini Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarvindayata Patra Netraha Ena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Geetamritaduhe Namaha Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadrona Jayadradajala Gandharanilotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Suktirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadhi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Geetarthagandhotkatam Nanakhyanakakesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradvamsina Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Paramanandamadhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramo Pani Hari Om.
Hari Om. The last verse is kind of seemingly lost, I think. That Yam Brahma Varune. Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Let me just chant.
I could hear to hear the initial syllables. Afterwards, the song was lost.
Okay, should I chant it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yam Brahma only.
Okay. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramo Panishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidusura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha.
Good. Now I would like to start on the chanting of the first chapter.
Yeah.
may I know who had requested for chanting of these chapters? I forgot.
Nanaji, I had.
You had asked. Okay. Very good. Yeah.
Nanaji,
Yes.
if you want me to chant and if you want me to correct, then that also is okay. And whatever way you are comfortable.
No, what I would do is, every day I will chant just one chapter. This is to enable others to pick up the breaking off the syllables in the sloka, so that they will be able to very nicely chant it themselves. Is that okay?
Astu, okay, Nanaji.
Okay, thank you.
And a special request for Visarga and Anuswara, Nanaji. There is a little confusion about the pronunciation of Visarga and the Anuswara.
Nisarga and Ayushmara, is it?
Anuswara, Anuswara.
Anuswara, okay. All right. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुनविषादयोगः धृतराष्ट्रमुवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय सञ्जय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तथा आचार्यमुपसङ्गम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत् पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यमहतीं च मूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदस्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूराः मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यदा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य संजनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मो प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतुः पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ काश्यस्य परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्च पराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दद्मो पृथक् पृथक् सघोषो धार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो व्यनुनादयन् अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं येतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्तो हृषीकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति तत्रापश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टः विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत् अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपधुश्च शरीरे मे लोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामध्ये काङ्क्षितं नः राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च तैमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणां त्यक्त्वा धनानि च आचार्या पितरः पुत्राः तथैव च पितामहाः मातुला श्वशुरा पौत्राः शालाः सम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि घ्नतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतो किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिः स्यात् जनार्दन पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः स्याम माधव यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान्निवर्तितुं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्माः सनातनाः धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम् अधर्माभिभवच्युत अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसङ्करः संकरो नरकायैव कुलघ्नानां कुलस्य च पतन्ति पितरो शेषां लुप्तपिण्डोदकक्रियाः दोषैरेतैः कुलघ्नानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा अहो बत महत्पापं कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयं यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः यदि माम् अप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्युः तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रथोपस्थमुपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमन्महाभारते शतसाहस्रिकायां संहितायां वैयासिक्यां श्रीमद्भीष्मपर्वणि श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अर्जुनविषादयोगो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः। संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। Now we will revert to the 14th chapter, our current chapter. Ramara, we can go to, yeah, correct. अध चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रयविभागयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच परं भूय प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमम् यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यधन्ति च मम योनिर्महद्ब्रह्मा तस्मिन् गर्भं दधाम्यहम् सम्भवः सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्म महद्योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः सत्वं रजस्तम इति गुणा प्रकृतिसम्भवाः निबध्नन्ति महाबाहो देहे देहिनमव्ययम् तत्र सत्वं निर्मलत्वात् प्रकाशकमनामयम् सुखसङ्गेन बध्नाति ज्ञानसङ्गेन चानघा रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णासङ्गसमुद्भवम् तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्मसङ्गेन देहिनम् तमस्त्वज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनां प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारत सत्वं सुखे संजयति रजः कर्मणि भारत ज्ञानमावृत्य तु तमः प्रमादे संजयत्युत रजस्तमश्चाभिभूयः सत्वं भवति भारत रजसत्वं तमश्चैव tamasatvam rajastatha sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattvamichyuta lobha pravruttirarambaha karmanamaşamaspruha rajasyetani jayante vivruddhe bharatarshapha aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha eva cha tamasyetani jayante vivruddhe kuru nandana yada sattve pravruddhetu pralayam yati dehabhrit tadottamavidam lokan amalan pratipajyate rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangishu jayate tatha pralinamastamasi mudhayonishu jayate. Now, can you get back to verse number 1? So we have learned from the earlier chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, the essence of the Asi Mahavakya. Tat Tvam Asi, Tattvam Asi Mahavakya, as obtaining from the Chandogya Upanishad. Incidentally, the Guru has mentioned it to the Shishya, Tattvam Asi, 9 times. The number of times is 9. That Punaryukti is not a dosha because this is not only a Mahavakya, this is an Apurva Vakya. This was not said earlier. Tattvamasi was not known to anybody, and that the Guru has told his Shishya. Guru was the father, Shishya was the son. Okay? Now, in the 13th chapter, that Tat Tvam Asi, that Asi Mahavakyas, Lakshanas have been very amply elaborated by Bhagavan Krishna. Now, in this Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, he is going to talk about the Maya Janita Trigunas and their effects on the Jiva. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yat Jnatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. Hey Arjuna, listen to me carefully. Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yat Jnatva, having known which Munayaha Sarve Mananasilaha Sarve Param Siddhim ito gataha. Param Siddhim is what? Moksham eva. Can you go to the Pratipadartha Brahmara? Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha said. What did he say? Yat Jnatva. Hey, what is this? Okay. Yat Jnatva, knowing which, Sarve Munayaha, all the sages, itaha, going from this body, that is, exiting from this Tola Sharira, Param Siddhim, the ultimate success, release, Gataha, had reached, that is moksha. Tat, that Jnanam, among all forms of knowledge, Uttamam, it is the most venerated, most exalted, and it is a supreme knowledge. Param, the ultimate, Jnanam, this Jnanam, Bhuyaha, again, Pravakshyami, I will tell you clearly, because this Jnanam will have to be told again and again and again, because you need to listen again and again and again. Paune Nashravanam Kuryat, Punaha Punaha Eva, Mahavakya Shravanam Kuryat. You have to listen to the essence of the Mahavakyas again and again and again. And again, you will have to do manana. You have to contemplate on that nididhyasana. Then only it will be your property, as it were. Sri Bhagavan said, what did he say? I will tell Arjuna clearly again, the ultimate, clearly again. He did not say, I will tell you clearly. That would mean that earlier what he said was not very clear. I will tell you clearly again, very, very clearly, with extreme clarity. Again, I will tell you regarding the ultimate jnanam, most exalted knowledge among all forms of knowledge, knowing which all the sages had reached the ultimate success, release from this body. They have known themselves. Aham Brahmasmi iti, all the Munayaha, they could get on to that clarion call themselves by proper listening, mananam and contemplation. And listening to what? This jnanam, which is being clearly enunciated again. Idam jnanam upasritya mama sadharnyamagataha sarge pinopajayante pralayena vyadhanti cha. Sarga is what? At the time of creation. Pralaya is what? At the time of dissolution. Idam jnanam upasritya. Having recourse to this knowledge, idam jnanam upasritya, mama sadharnyamagataha. They have learned that they are indeed I. Sarge pinopajayante. At the time of creation, they will not be born. Pralayena vyadhanti cha. And at the time of dissolution, there is no harm to them. Idam jnanam, this knowledge, upasritya, resorting to, mama sadharnyam, oneness with me, the identity with me. That's what is being talked of. Tat tvam asi, that asi is the identity with me. This is again being brought out here by Paramatma. What all he has hammered in the 13th chapter, again he is saying here. 13th chapter, what all he said, the essence of what all he said was mentioned in the second verse of that chapter. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yat tat jnanam matam mama. And how to get on to that knowledge also he has given? He has given the means. That is why Bhagavad Gita is called. Is called what? It is an Upanishad. And it is Paravidya, Brahmavidya, Yoga Shastra. When we chant Om Tat Sat, etc., Bhagavad Gita Su, Upanishadsu, Brahmavidyayam, Yoga Shastra, that Yoga Shastra is giving you the means for getting on to the Brahmavidya. The means is one in the form of Karma Yoga. The other means is what? In the form of what? Jnana. It is not another path. It is a lifestyle, depending on your preparedness for what you can get on to. It is not your choice to get on to either of them. It is writ large on your face as to what you are entitled to, depending on your preparedness, the qualification. If you have gotten rid of a lot of attachment, and if you have adequate Atma, Anatma, Viveka, and if you are willing to forsake what all you have amassed till now, and you have no excessive love with your spouse, children, properties, and things like that, and you have vowed to be friendly with everybody in the world, then you have got the adequate preparation for sannyasa and get on to jnana. It is not a jnana marga. Get on to jnana, to the exclusive elimination of all shastra vihita karmas. That is the point. Whereas if you do not have that qualification, you have to get on to karma yogena yoginam. Lokesmin vividhanishta pura prokta mayanagha jnana yogena sankhyanam Sankhyanam means Sannyasinam, Jnana Yogena. In the pursuit of knowledge to the exclusion of all other activities, binding activities given by the Shastra earlier, when one was a Grahastha, all those things are very nicely, very willingly given up in preference to Jnana Samuparjana. That is the point. For that, adequate preparation is required. It is not one of choice. This lifestyle or that lifestyle, it's not your choice. It is one of your adequate preparation, your qualification for either. And based on that, Vividha Nishtha, there are two Nishthas, the lifestyles. Grihasthashrama, Karma Yoga, Sannyasashrama, you get on to Jnana Samuparjana. So that Mama Sadhanyam, oneness with me, Agataha, those who have gained, and these people have become what? Munayaha, Munayaha, and they have adequate qualification, and they have, through knowledge, have gained the truth, the reality, that they are indeed one with Kitaya, one with me. Those have gained that. Sarge api, those people, even when there is creation, na upajayante, they do not come into being, they will not be born. Okay? Pralayecha, and in the dissolution of creation, in the laya samaye, na vyadhayanti, they do not perish. They have qualified to be what? To be almost shouting at the top of their voice, Aham Brahmasmi, resorting to this knowledge. Those who have gained oneness with me do not come into being even when there is creation, and in the dissolution of creation, they do not perish. Who do not perish? Idam jnanam upasritya munayaha. Munaya sarve, in the first verse that was said, Munaya sarve. Okay? Now, next verse, please. Third verse. Mama yonid mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Mama yonihi, my cause. Mama yonihi mahad brahma. There are two adjectives used. Mahat, the primordial cause, the one cause, that is the material cause. Mahat Brahma. Brahma is not what? Is not the Brahma we are trying to attain to. We are trying to rediscover. It is not that. Okay? This Brahma is Bruhatvat Brahma iti uchyate. It is because of the bigness, hugeness, the primordial cause itself is that Brahma. And what is the primordial cause? Maya. That Maya is the fundamental cause. That is the Shakti of Bhagavan. And that is Mahat, primordial. And that is Brahma, Bruhatvat, Brahma, and of which everything grows and which sustains everything. This Brahma, after the material cause has as though created the Jagat, this Brahma, Bruhatvat, that sustains and allows things to grow. Sustains, allows things to grow, and Pralayakale, that also is the cause. Mahat Brahma. Tasmin, in that, Aham Garbham Dadami. I provide the seed, I impregnate. I provide the seed means what? I will enable this Maya to have the capacity to create. This material cause as though starts creating because of the power I have bestowed on it. That is the meaning of Aham Garbham Dadami. From that, Sarvabhutanam, of all beings, Sambhavaha, they come into being, bhavati, it happens. Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna, this is how the creation would start. One is Maya, and that is Mahat, and that is also Brahma. And in that, I give the wherewithal for Maya to go through parinami, that is changes. Okay, this parinami upadana karanam, which is Maya, will as though gain some status to be in a position to diversify itself into many. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamimachistyatam bhuta brunna cha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavanaha was mentioned in the 13th chapter, isn't it? Avibhaktam vibhakteshu. Avibhaktam, even though undivided, vibhakteshu, etc. As though divided, it happens. Okay, my cause is the primordial cause. My cause means what? There are two causes for Paramatma. One is the Upadana Karanam, which is being talked of in this sloka. Upadana Karanam is the very material cause. And my cause includes the Nimitta Karanam also, the efficient cause. I will and it happens. That's how my cause. Okay? My cause is the primordial cause out of which everything grows and which sustains everything. That I impregnate. From that occurs the coming into being of all beings. Arjuna. This, that I impregnate means I give the seed. What kind of a seed are you giving Paramatma? It is like Paramatma says, imagine I am fire. If you imagine I am fire, I am giving my Swarupa, which is fire, to this Maya, which is Mahat Brahma. And how will I give? As though like the fire on a very well heated iron ball. Very well heated iron ball, what happens? It will glow as though it is the ball of fire. That kind of an ability I'll give it to this Mahat Brahma. That is the meaning of this. I impregnate, I provide the seed. That kind of a seed I provide. It becomes as though self-luminous, and it becomes as though Chaitanya. Though Jadam, Maya is Jadam, Jadamapi, as though Chaitanya it becomes, and the creation starts. That I impregnate. From that occurs the coming into being of all beings. Arjuna. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija pradapitaha. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtayaha sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija pradapitaha. I am the one who bestows the seed. I am the Pita, and the Mata is Maya, which is Mama Shaktihi. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya, He Kaunteya, Sarvayonishu, in all the wombs. And in all the wombs, what is the meaning of this in all the wombs? We'll come to that. Yaha, Murtayaha, and those forms which Sambhavanti, they happen, they are born, Tasam, in all of them. Brahma Mahajyonihi. That Brahma Mahajyonihi means what? That Mahat Brahma was mentioned in the third verse. Same thing here. Brahma Mahajyonihi. That is the primordial cause, which is Mahat, and which is also Bruhatvat, Brahma. Brahma Prakriti in the original material cause. Bija Pradapitaha. The one who bestows the seed. The father who gives the seed. Okay, can you please lift this? Okay, Arjuna, for those forms which are born in all wombs, Brahma Prakriti means Mahat Brahma is the original material cause. I am the one who gives the seed, the father. Now, what are these all the wombs? What are all the wombs? It does not mean all the wombs of men alone, all the Nana with the Jatis, Devas, Asuras, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, the Manavas, and the Khagocharas, like the birds, and the Vanacharas, like the animals, and the Jalacharas, like the fish, all those things. In all the wombs, Yaha Murtayaha Sambhavati, Tasam, in those, Brahma Mahajyonihi, Aham Bija Pradapitaha. I happen to be the seed giver. I happen to give the capacity for this Mahad Brahma to procreate. Arjuna, for those forms which are born in all wombs, Brahma, Prakriti, is the original cause. And the one who gives the seed, the father. Now, what are we trying to learn here? What are we trying to learn? We're trying to learn about the tricks of Maya, is it not? In the Tattva Bodha, what did we pick up? Brahmashraya, Sattva Rajastamo Gunatmika, Maya Asti. The variations of and the activities of that Maya we're trying to learn as though here. Is it not? And it is that Maya which has deluded us and which has been troubling us. It is because of that Maya we have the Janana Marana Samsara Pravaha, and from which we are unable to get out. And how to get out of that? We must know the tricks of this Maya in the form of the Trigunas. And if we become the Triguna Atitaha, then we can win over the troubling vagaries of Maya. That is why the burden of this chapter is that. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre, Bhagavan is giving us the means to get out of the shackles of Maya. All the means will be to understand the three gunas and the play of the three gunas on the jiva. If you get to know that, you will have the means to get rid of them. Arjuna, for those forms which are born in all wombs, Brahma Prakriti, Mahat Brahma is the original material cause. I am the one who gives the seed, I am the father. Sattvam Rajas Tamayiti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha. This we have picked up in the primary Prakarana Grantha itself, is it not? Brahmashraya Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika Trigunatmika Maya Asti. So Sattvam Rajaha Tama iti. Tama is tamas. Iti Gunaha, these qualities, Prakriti Sambhavaha. Prakriti is that Mahad Brahma. Prakriti Sambhavaha. They have come out of this Prakriti. And what do they do? Nibadhanti Mahabaho Dehe Dehinam Avyayam. This Avyayam is what? That Dehi is Avyayam, is a changeless fellow. This Dehi is a changeless fellow, but he is deluded by the effects of Maya, which are the Sattva Rajastamo Gunas. Hey Mahabaho, a long-armed one Arjuna, Sattvam Rajas Tamas iti Gunaha, the qualities Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, Prakriti Sambhavaha. Prakriti Sambhavaha means qualities existing in Prakriti and qualities born out of that Prakriti. They in the body, Avyayam, the changeless, Dehinam, the changeless Dehinam, indweller of the body, Nibadhananti, they very effectively bind hand and foot, and from which he has no redemption unless he puts in his moksha purusha shabda uppermost in his mind and strives effectively for that. O Arjuna, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, the qualities existing in Prakriti, bind the changeless indweller of the body to the body. And how does that do? How this binding happens? it initially makes you think you are the body. You are the body. Though you are Atma, and Atma is neither the Karta nor the Bhokta. Whenever there is some pleasurable situation, you tend to think, I am happy. And who is this I am? This I am is what? The body. My body is happy. Body includes the mind. My body is happy. Whenever the unfavorable situation happens to you, you will say, I am unhappy. This I is the body again. This I is the body. What kind of a body is that? Kshetram. Though you are Kshetrajna, this Dehi is the Kshetrajna. This Deha is the Kshetram. Dehi is the Kshetrajna. Even though Kshetrajna is untainted, Avyayam, Ajaha, Shashvataha, Puranaha, Nahanyate, Hanyamane, Sharire. All these things we have picked up from the second chapter, which we will be chanting tomorrow. Okay? Even though it is like that, we get stuck because of these three gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamaha iti. Supposing you have got a problem which all others were unable to solve, and you have striven, okay, day and night for a number of days, for over a week, and you have come up with the solution. Then you are excited. You are exceedingly happy, in an ecstasy of joy. Don't you proclaim, I am very, very happy. I have known this. I am very, very happy is what? This I am is what? The body. Okay, I have known this. Who is this? I have known this. It is again the body. Body includes the mind. Mind and intellect, antakarana. Kshetri. Kshetri. Kshetram. Kshetri is kshetrajna. You are the kshetri. You are exclaiming as though identifying yourself with the kshetra. And kshetra contains what? Mahabhutani ahankaraha buddhihi avyaktamevacha indriyani dasha ekamcha panchacha indriya gocharaha etat kshetram samasena savikaram udaprutam. 13th chapter. What beautiful verses Bhagavan has described Kshetram and Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna simply says, I am the Jiva Bhava. I am the Swarupa of the Jiva. I am the Kshetrajna. And the Jiva has forgotten me because of the effects of Maya. Maya, Mahad Brahma, Prakriti Sambhavaha, Trigunaha, those Nibadnanti Mahabaho, Dehe Dehinam Avyayam. This Avyayam Dehinam, this Avyayam Dehinam, the one who is Vikara Rahitaha. Avyayam is Vikara Rahitaha, the changeless Dehi. And this Dehi is also called the Shariri. He is also called the Jiva. He is also called the Kshetrajna. The difference between Kshetrajna and this Jiva is what? Kshetrajna plus Ajnanam is Jiva. Kshetrajna bereft of Ajnanam is Paramatma. Okay? The Jiva bereft of Ajnanam is Paramatma. O Arjuna, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, the qualities exist in Prakriti, bind the changeless indweller of the body to the body, to the body. And the body is what? Changeful. It is not avyayam. It is parichinnaha. And what kind of a parichinna swabhava it has got? Kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara praptihi. That kind of a thing. Asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti shadvikaravate etastula shariram. And that you carry on and you identify yourself with whatever is happening to the body, you think. And you have got the Sampurna Dehatma Bhavana. That Deham Eva Aham iti Bhavana, it is Sampurnam. It is absolutely unshakable. It is Purnam. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam Sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena chanagha. Hey anagha. Anagha is what? Agha is what? Papam. Is it not? Agha is papa. Anagha is the one who is paparahitaha. Hey Arjuna Anagha. O sinless one. Tatra. Okay, there, in respect of these three, Sattvam, the Sattva Guna, Nirmalatvat, because it is pure, it is in its pristine glory. Amongst all the three, it is the most venerated. And because of Nirmalatvat, it is because it is pure. It is like in the third chapter, what did we pick up? Yatha darsho malena cha. Yatholbenavurto garbha tada tenedamavrutam tena. This ajnanena, this jnanam avrutam. This jnanam is as though enveloped by ajnanam. How dhumena vriyate vannihi yatha adarsho malena cha. Adarsha is what? Adarsha is mirror, a pure mirror. And in that pure mirror, it is possible for it to reflect everything very nicely. Nirmalatvat, Sattva-guna Nirmalatvat, because it is pure. Prakashakam. I was mentioning about Prataptaya Sapindavat, isn't it earlier? I have given the seed. And which way I have given the seed? The ability to create, procreate, in the form of, if you think I am the fire, I have given the same fire in the form of a very well heated iron ball, which is now looking as though it is a ball of fire. And that kind of a ball of fire, it is reflected in this Nirmalatvat, Sattva Guna Pradhana, in that mind, that kind of a mind. Sattva-guna pradhana mind only can reflect that kind of a shine, prakashakam, illuminating, anamayam, anamayam. Every day towards the end of our Zoom discussion, we chant this one verse. What is that? Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha. Amaya is what? Disease. Amaya is a kind of an affliction. Bodily affliction and mental affliction are both together, etc. Amayam, anamayam. Anamayam is without any problems. Okay? Without any affliction. Anamayam. And sukha sangena. It binds the dehi in connection with pleasure, by connecting to pleasure. That is, a Sattva-guna pradhana purusha would be generally pleasant to himself and to others. Connection to pleasure. Jnana sangena, whenever the Atma, Anatma, Viveka, Vichara is happening, he has some clarity. Jnana sangena. That clarity is born out of this Sattva Guna, Jnana Sangena, because of attachment to the Sukha earlier and attachment to the Jnana, connection to the knowledge. Bandhati, it binds. It binds. Like I was saying, that problem you have sorted out, which others have failed, and you exclaim. What do you exclaim? I found the solution. What was bothering everybody? There is no worry for others at all, etc. Now, at that time when you are exclaiming, you are attached to Jnana Sangena, the body. The body is now enveloped by the Jnana Samuparjana, which is owing to the Sattva Guna. But he is a bound dehi, and bound by the threads of Sattva Guna. O sinless one Arjuna, there among these Sattva, which is illuminating and without affliction, because it is pure, binds by connection to pleasure and connection to knowledge. Okay. Next verse we will take up tomorrow. Any questions also? We will start with the questions tomorrow and get on to the verse number 7 tomorrow. See, compared to, say, the 13th chapter, which is very profound in bestowing knowledge on us, this 14th chapter bestows a lot of knowledge as to how to get rid of this. Get rid of what? Sattva, Raja, Tamaha. These have the influence on the Dehi, binding in different manners. Sattva binds in this way, in the way of binding, pleasure seeking and knowledge seeking. We will see all this tomorrow. Hari Om. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, everybody.
Dhanyavad Nanaji.
Hari Om, Nana.
Thank you so much.